Now concluding our discussion on packages, now let us see how we can call a class in one package from a class in another package. Now I have a class myFirst here in a package which is 2. So I'll again come back to the same, and now since we are calling this class from another package, so I need to make this class as public, and similarly as we are calling this method show from another package, I need to make this method also as public. So I'll recompile my class and create a new directory structure. Say I'll say md new one, md new2, and here I'll create another class which is calling cMyFirst. So I'll give a package to this as new2 class calling myFirst, and I have a public static void main. So within main I'll create an object of class myFirst which is 2.myFirst t is equal to new 2.myFirst, and then I'll say t dot show. So I'm trying to access the class, create its object, and then call its show method. Now for this to work we need n1 to be in the path, otherwise if I run this class I'll say java n2 dot first. So it says no class found because our class path does not include the directory d/n1. So I'll edit the class path. I'll add another directory which is new1. So now I'll again compile. I'll say java c and run java n2 dot. So it's working perfectly okay. I am getting the output from the class myFirst. So this is the way how we can call a class in another package from another package. The first thing is you have to make the class public, because class can only be either package or public. So to access a class from another package, the class should be public. To access a method from another package, you need to make your method as public. So after making those public, I have created a class in another package and we have accessed the class. Now another important thing in this is, as I have time and again I'll have to write 2.myFirst in case I am using this class very frequently in cMyFirst, then I'll have to repeatedly add 2.myFirst, 2.myFirst. So instead of repeatedly saying 2.myFirst, I'll import the package and I'll say import 2.star in case I want to import all the classes, and in case I want to import just myFirst, I can say import 2.myFirst. So in case I am importing all the classes, then I'll simply put down myFirst. So working say as earlier, the only difference that we have made is we have reduced the amount of code that we will be writing if we are repeatedly saying using this myFirst class. Then now we need not address every time myFirst as 2.myFirst. I can simply write myFirst in case I have written the import statement. The only problem in this case is, in case you have a myFirst class in the current directory, these two classes may clash and there might be some ambiguity in the call. So this is where our packages chapter ends. We have seen that packages are a way to avoid clashes of names of class by giving them more identification. Then we have seen the class path. The class path is one place where the system looks for where to find the classes, and that we can give it to the class path. So either the system will look for classes in the current directory, or it will look for classes that it is running in the class path. Next we have seen that this dot refers to all the classes that are created without any package. So all those classes to be running, we need this dot to be in the class path.